My name is Dr. Julianne Stack, and I am the Graduate School Director here at Mary Immaculate College, Limerick. I'm going to talk to you today about postgraduate study at MIC, and I'm going to focus on postgraduate scholarships, funding and fees, as well as the application process for postgraduate research degrees. There are a number of different types of postgraduate study at MIC. Taught postgraduate programs take us usually at least 12 months of intensive full-time studies. There are often part-time options available that are usually of 2 years duration. Professional postgraduate programs facilitate entrance into a particular profession, and these programs are recognised by official bodies within that profession. MIC has 2 such programs, including the Professional Doctorate in Educational and Child Psychology, which is accredited by the Psychological Society for Ireland, or PSI, and also the Professional Masters of Education, which is accredited by the Teaching Council. Postgraduate research degrees tend to be more subject intensive than taught programs, with a greater level of academic independence. Students work together with their supervisor or 2 or more joint supervisors, exploring one particular research topic. MIC offers a master's by research and thesis or a number of different PhD programs. The term PhD, or Doctor of Philosophy, is an abbreviation of the Latin phrase Philosophiae Doctor. A PhD degree typically involves students independently conducting original and significant research in a specific field or subject before producing a publication-worthy thesis. And those words, original and significant, are really important because the bar by which a PhD thesis is measured or not as being worthy of being awarded a PhD is the level of contribution to knowledge that is created, as in new knowledge must be created. You must contribute to the discipline. While some PhD programs include taught components and refer to them as structured PhD programs, PhD students are almost always assessed on the quality and originality of the argument presented in their final thesis of their independent research project. This qualification is a level 10 qualification and it's the highest level of academic qualification you can achieve. This informative infographic is a useful way to see the different requirements of the different postgraduate programs on offer at MIC. For example, a taught master's consists of taught modules, a 20,000 words dissertation or perhaps less, and takes place over 1 or 2 years. A research master's is conducted via independent research with a final dissertation of a maximum of 60,000 words, and it usually takes around 2 years. The professional doctorate program is a combination of taught modules, professional placements, a 30,000 word dissertation, and lasts 3 years. Traditional PhD programs and structured PhD programs are a combination of your original contribution to knowledge, which is assessed via your final dissertation, which has to be a maximum of 100,000 words. It usually takes around 4 years, but can take longer. Postgraduate programs in MIC have a variety of different assessment and examination modes, and taught programs are assessed via the assignments and a minor dissertation. Research masters or PhD students are assessed on an annual basis via the research review process, or progression as we call it, whereby each student's progress over the previous year is evaluated to make sure that it is appropriate and adequate. The final examination for these degrees is via a thesis examination. For a master's by research and thesis, it's the thesis alone. For a doctoral thesis, a PhD thesis, it is via the thesis plus a viva voce examination, which is an oral defense of your thesis. The professional doctorate is a combination of your assignments, your dissertation and viva voce examination, and your professional practice placements. Postgraduate studies by research and thesis can be undertaken in any of the 19 departments in MIC, and these are housed within the Faculty of Arts or Faculty of Education. We have a variety of structured PhD programs, which are a research PhD program with taught components, and these are the structured PhD in applied linguistics, structured PhD in literacy education, and the structured PhD in education. We also have the professional doctorate in educational and child psychology. All information on how to apply is on the MIC website and can be accessed in a number of different ways, either via the main page here, or via the faculty pages themselves, and also via the Research and Graduate School page. The first step in applying for a master's degree by research and thesis or a PhD program is to firstly ensure that you are eligible to apply, and the program-specific webpage will have that information for you. It's really important that you identify a research topic or an area in which you'd like to research, and then you need to really drill down into that to identify a question or a problem that you will seek to address in your thesis. It's important that that question or problem has not already been answered or solved, because you must contribute new knowledge to be awarded a PhD. The next step, which is also really important, is to identify a supervisor. So when you have a very good idea of what you want to research, and by that I mean you should have the bones of your thesis proposal created. And we'll talk a little bit about that now in a second. But once you have that sorted, you should then contact a member of academic staff in the relevant department whose research topic aligns with your research of interest. If someone doesn't come immediately to mind, you should explore the research interests of faculty on the department's web pages, or you can always contact the head of department perhaps for some recommendations. It's really important to note that your application process cannot proceed until a member of faculty has agreed to act as a supervisor for your thesis. The thesis proposal, which I mentioned there a minute ago, is around 3,000 words for a master's degree by research and thesis, and between 3,000 and 4,000 for a PhD program. It must contain a working title, the aims and objectives of your research. If you have a personal motivation for undertaking this particular research topic, then I advise that you describe that here as well, and also explain how you're going to maintain your objective distance, your critical distance from the research and the literature. It would be expected that you would describe your methodology and give a substantive outline of the project. It's really important as well that you explain clearly how this research is going to be original and how the outcomes of it are going to contribute new knowledge. If your research is going to deal with human participants, you will have to describe the ethical implications of your research, and please also include a relevant bibliography. Your thesis proposal should be sent to the Research and Graduate School office along with 2 academic letters of reference, your academic transcripts from your previous degrees, an up-to-date curriculum vitae, evidence of payment of the €50 application fee, and also a completed application form for research programs, and this must be signed by both yourself, your supervisor, and the head of department. This is just a snapshot of the application form for postgraduate degrees by research. And the reason I include it here is because it's extremely similar to the application form for taught postgraduate degrees. So please be sure to use the correct one. Upon receipt of the application, the Research and Graduate School will perform a technical check to make sure that all of the required elements are included, and then the Postgraduate Research Subcommittee will determine the outcome of your application. Successful applicants will receive a formal letter of offer inviting you to register. For eligibility, usually a relevant undergraduate degree is required. Sometimes a significant degree of professional experience can compensate for the lack of that degree, but you will need to contact the course coordinator to ascertain that. The upper second class honours degree is usually the minimum required as well. However, a lack of that can be navigated by possessing a high quality graduate diploma or master's qualification. For those of you for whom English is not your first language, you will also need to include evidence of your proficiency in the English language, please. The costs of full-time study at MIC varies from around €4,500 up to at least €10,000. And this depends on your nationality and also the programme. There are some funded taught programmes, so please contact the coordinators, please. All information on fees is available here on the Fees, Charges and Grants section of the MIC website. I'm now going to just briefly describe some of the supports and facilities for postgraduate students provided by Mary Immaculate College. So in the John Henry Newman campus, which is across the road from the main MIC campus, we have a very lovely and bright computer and study room for taught postgraduate students. Research postgraduate students may take up an individual assigned study space if they so wish, and there are also meeting rooms and seminar spaces available for booking for research purposes. The Research and Graduate School, we oversee and facilitate the annual academic research review or progression process. Research skills training seminars are provided on a weekly basis during semester, and these are open to all postgraduate research students, and most of them are open to postgraduate taught students as well. We also provide mentorship for funding applications, such as for the Irish Research Council. Financial supports offered by MIC, mostly for research students, for example, the Conference Travel Fund and awards and assistantships. Awards and assistantships can be applied for before or during the programme, but the Conference Travel Fund is only during your normal duration of programme, excuse me. There are also a number of fee reductions for first class honours degrees for MIC graduates. This is just a listing of our most common and most usual funding support schemes. So the Undergraduate Achievements Awards. So this is only if you have already gotten your bachelor's degree from MIC. You can't apply for these. You're offered them when you receive your final results. The MIC Postgraduate Awards, I'll describe those in more detail in a minute or so, and also the MIC Sports Scholarships. So all information on these is available on the scholarships, funding and fees section of the website. And be sure to click on the other awards here and read down the full list because there are occasional one-off scholarships available as well. I would like to draw your attention to Grant Aid here to SUSI, which is the national agency that offers grants and supports for students in Ireland. They have a number of different eligibility criteria depending on your nationality, your residency, the course that you wish to undertake. It must be quite evident that you're progressing in your education. For example, they wouldn't fund a second bachelor's degree. The course also needs to be delivered by an approved institution. Household income is taken into account, and also please note there is a maximum period of grant assistance for 4 years at postgraduate level. The President's Scholarship, this is offered to MIC graduates, undergraduates who on their final degree have a first class honours degree. And it provides a fee reduction for 1 to 2 years to undertake a graduate diploma, taught masters or research masters. And this fee reduction is €1,500 per annum. And for those of you who came top in your class in MIC, that fee reduction rises to €3,000. Please note that scholarship offer expires after 3 years from your year of offer. If you have any queries on whether your scholarship is still open to be taken up, then please contact the MIC President's Office. If you wish to do a PhD program and use this President's Scholarship, then you can only avail of the fee reduction for the 2 years. Okay, so just so you know that. The MIC Postgraduate Research Merit Awards include the Doctoral Award, Doctoral Studentship and Postgraduate Studentship. These are offered on a competitive basis on an annual basis, so they're offered every year. And all current and prospective MIC students can apply for these schemes as long as they are within normal duration of programme to take it up. The scheme for the forthcoming academic year will be advertised in early March, so please check that scholarship fees and funding website in the very near future. The doctoral award includes a fee waiver for up to 4 years and a stipend of €12,600 per annum for up to 3 years. Again, this must be availed of within the normal duration of programme. The doctoral studentship and postgraduate studentship are similar in structure, but with a smaller amount of stipend. Departmental assistantships then are offered by each individual department on an annual basis, and they run their own internal competitions. So if you have any queries on the departmental assistantships in any of the MIC academic departments, then please contact the head of the relevant department. Again, this includes a fee waiver of up to 4 years in duration and a €6,900 stipend of up to 3 years in duration, and can only be availed of within normal duration of programme. However, in return for that stipend, you must undertake departmental duties of up to 120 hours per annum during teaching weeks, and that works out as around 5 hours per week during each 12-week semester. Thank you for your attention.